squad, and welcome back to yet another video on this channel. So as you can tell by today's title, I'm going to be giving you guys a chocolate review and also a bit of a story time on basically what happened at my past performance this past week. But of course, before I get into it, first like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading. And also kind reminder that uploads are strictly now on Sundays only. Also, don't forget to give me a follow on my Instagram. That is at alvara.music. And yeah, so let's just get into it. I have over 6 chocolates over here that I'm going to be trying. Some I haven't tried, like for example this TV bar. I haven't had like a full one before. Also this, I've never had this before. And what's weird is this stuff has just been sitting on the counters here in the supermarkets and I've never really tried it. Then I have like this. I've tried this before. This is pretty good. This is like a this is like a knockoff version of bar 1. I don't want to be mean, I'm just telling the truth. And then there's this. This is by far my favorite. I hope I'm holding it up properly. This is my favorite one so far. And of course, delicious peas. So I'm basically gonna be rating these and also telling you guys about this weird person that came and basically almost ruined my performance. So first things first, I'm gonna try one of these ones that I haven't tried before. I'm gonna go with this one first before I start with the story, and I'm gonna be rating it out of 10, and then you guys can go and of course try and check it out for yourselves to see if it's that good. I like this. This smells good. This smells nice. I have a massive sweet tooth, by the way, so I'm really I can see that there is, it kind of melted, I see, but I can see there is like caramel in here. So this is it. I taste nuts. I like this. I like it a lot actually. It's also really soft. This is good. This is actually really good. Like, I can't believe I haven't had this before. This is really, really good. I'm gonna give this like a 7. Oh, but it's good. It's good. It's good. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna expose myself here on what an addict I had for these candy bars and stuff, but this is good. This is good. So this is a 7. Alright, so let me get started with this story. So Thursday I had a performance at the Grove Mall at the food court. For those of you who don't know where the food court, it is basically where Rocco Mamas and Youth Cafe and all of these good restaurants are at. So I had a performance over there. I was closing up for this year's kind of like holiday special festival thing. My set was straight after Lisa Alice. So now that I've painted my goodness, I can't get over it. Okay, so now that I've painted the picture for you, that's where I was at. So I was there with my guitarist Ted. We had such a great performance. Overall, it was an awesome experience, a beautiful experience. I'll never forget that. And also, what marks this performance is very important to me is also because it was my first 2-hour set that I've ever done in my entire career. So I was really, really excited for this one. I started planning like about a week after I was informed of it. So that is like mid to late last month of November. I started prepping for this. I met with my guitarist and we started going over the set list and basically just nailing it down because I really wanted to give a very good performance and so forth. So Thursday was the day. I got ready that day. I got dressed. I was just really hyped up. I got together like a couple of my albums and merch, and I was gonna go give that out for free because it's the giving season and so forth. So let's just get to it. First half of my set, where I basically performed about 13 songs, was smooth sailing. It was awesome. I didn't have any issues. I was enjoying it. I was having a good old time. And then of course, after that part 2 of my set list, I started having issues all of a sudden. Like, number one, we were running out of songs. I thought I had prepped everything. I had like over 26 songs nailed down, but I was finishing them like this, like this, like this. So I'm here thinking of I have to repeat certain songs and so forth. So I'm already starting to get like, a little frazzled. But that's not even the problem. The performance wasn't the problem. It's what this person did. Okay, so let's get into it. I have about three more songs to perform, and I'll be done. This old man with this Scottish accent is sitting across from me in the sun. Why he's sitting in the sun, it's above me. I have no idea why he's doing it, but I guess it's because, it was there was a restaurant right next to me, so people, they wanted to sit there, but of course, if you're done eating, you of course gonna have to get up so other people can get seated and so forth. So I think he finished his time over there, and now he decided to go and sit in the sun right in front of me. So he started getting bothered whatsoever and asked to come and sit behind me. I will show you guys a picture of how the setup is. So he asks to come sit behind me, and at first I don't think much of it, because right now I'm just looking at my guitarist, I'm looking at my set list, and I'm seeing what songs do I have to repeat, or so forth. So he asks, can I sit behind you, ma'am? And I'm like, I don't think much of it. I'm like, okay, go ahead, sir, you can sit behind me. So he sits to the left side of me, right behind me, like a couple of meters away, which is good because, mind you, this is COVID. We're dealing with COVID right now. Ain't nobody got time for this. And he's not wearing a mask. And obviously I'm not wearing a mask because I'm singing. So I was already skeptical, like, why do you want to be so near me? But I didn't think much of it. I just let him go sit there, and that was that. So now, I'm performing. I sing a song by Prince KB, Charlotte. You guys know that song, I Need to Speak to Charlotte. So I'm singing this song, and just by luck, this man's name over here is Charlie. So now he starts interrupting me whilst I'm singing. He's like, wow, my name is Charlie, thank you so much, and this. And I'm like, okay. I finished that song, and I'm getting ready to sing September Song by JP Cooper. And right before I start singing, this man loudly screams like, wow! And I'm just he's like, wow! And I skirk, of course, and I turn my head and I ask him like, sir, can you please keep quiet? Like, you're distracting me. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll shut up, I won't do it again. And then I kind of felt bad, but because I just don't have it in me to be rude to people sometimes. But if you push me to a certain extent, I can get there. I'm not open to being like that, especially with strangers. But this guy was getting on my nerves. So I perform, he keeps on speaking. Like, for anyone who performs, any artist who likes to perform, or whether you're just a musician in general, for a fact that once someone starts speaking over you, and they're near the mic and they're speaking loudly, that can cause interruptions and so forth. And it's an unprofessional thing. Like, it just gives you a bad look, if you understand, especially if you've been like, planning for such a long time for this specific set, and now someone is kind of like ruining it for you, and you've prepped for something for so long. It can get on your nerves a lot. So that was happening. I'm quickly gonna now try a second chocolate bar before I continue, because this is where the craziness starts. So we're gonna give this one a try. I'm guessing this, yeah, it has peanuts in it as well. I have nothing against peanuts, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know why I chose so many of them. And also they're kind of melted. I don't know. It's because I walked to the supermarket, right? And I walked back again, so I guess they melted whilst I was in the sun. But I know for a fact it doesn't look like this, because this don't look this don't look okay. But let me give it a try. And it's crunchy. I don't know what I'm tasting. It tastes like coconut. It's not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. This I would give like the crunchiness, and then it gets stuck in your teeth. This ain't it. No offense to anyone who likes this, but this ain't it. This gets like a 2. This is definitely a 2. Like, it's not that good at all. Anyway, back to the story. So as I'm performing my second last song, I just see my sisters, because now my sisters were there as well, so they were sitting in front of me, right? I just see my sisters stand up and rush towards me, and I start panicking. I'm not singing luckily at this time, but I see them stand up and rush towards me, and I get frightened. I'm like, you know what's going on? And I turn to my left side where this old man was sitting, where Charlie was sitting, and there he is, right in my face. Like, this man without a mask, and he's drunk to top it off, is right in my face. He's like right in my face, touching me. So basically assaulting me, because he was like touching on me, and mind you, I'm sitting on a stool. I almost fall from there. He's right near the mic, trying to cause a ruckus, and I have to turn the mic, and everything that side. And me and my guitar, I'm just looking at my guitars like, what the hell is going on here? And he's like he's touching me. He's like talking about, you're so talented and da 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 da. And don't get me wrong, I definitely do appreciate when I get commended for the hard work I do, especially with music and so forth. But there's a fine line, like, you can appreciate someone from a distance, right? Especially in this time and era where everything is crazy. And I got stressed out because my mom is someone who is already sick, and this man is all over me. If I get sick, if I stand a good chance of making it out, you get me? But if I get sick and I make my mom sick, then it's a problem. It's a problem. So this man is all over me and he's touching me, and I'm like, sir, please get away from me. And he's like, no, I don't want to make you feel bad or anything. I just think you're talented. I'm like, thank you, sir, but please get away from me. And he's like, no. Then my sisters are right there with me, and they're trying to get him away from me. They're like, excuse me, sir, back away from her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Don't do that. And then he starts cussing. That's where, like, I already have a short temper, guys. Now this man is out here cussing, and I'm trying my utmost best to keep it professional. Be like, excuse me, sir, please go take a seat, back away. He starts cussing at my sisters. He's like, F you and F that, and what are you talking about, and I'm older than you, and blah blah blah, because this is an old man, an old man. And I'm like, bro, please get away. Like, I done worked so hard for this. I worked so hard for this performance. I rehearsed so hard for this, and you're out here ruining it, and you're disrespecting me and my family at the same time. So I'm just like, yo, please get away, sir. Please get away. And then he's like, okay, I'll take a seat. And even though he keeps saying he's gonna go take a seat, guess what, guys? He doesn't go take his seat. He's just there. He's just there on me. And I don't like being touched. I don't like it. I don't like being touched by strangers. So here he is touching me. And then my sister, my oldest sister, God bless her, she goes and gets the security guard. And what kind of makes me so upset is that there was so many people around, especially men, watching this man basically harass me, and they're not doing anything. It just shows where we're at in this country, because there were so many men around, so many capable men that could have easily gotten this old man away from me, and all they did was just watch me basically get harassed. But no hard feelings, it's expected. But anyways, they go get the security guards, and these two security guards basically now have to surround me and my guitarist from this old man who is causing a ruckus and so forth. Now anyway, I just have to continue with my performance. I perform now like my second last song, and then I perform my last song, and all through that I can just hear this man shouting and going off and da 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 da. And I don't know if it's because it was a Caucasian man. People were so lenient with him, because the security guards were like, sit down, sir, and da 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 da. And the restaurant where he was eating, the people were like, it's okay, sir, pay for your bill and da da da. It was as irritating as it was also really heartbreaking to just watch from my angle as a black woman, seeing how these men of color were basically being lenient with this specific man who is causing a huge distraction solely because he's a Caucasian man. I don't know when this type of thought process, because yes, we may not say it, but certain people till this day have this thing engraved in their head of superior and so forth, and it's a white older man, so we need to treat him like this. Because I know for a fact, if it was a man of color doing that, it would have been a completely different story. So just watching him go off like this, and the treatment he was receiving, he's being treated like a king. Sit down, sir. People are walking with him and guiding him to go sit down. Seeing that really broke me. Like, not only did this man invade my space and touch me against my own will, basically shove me around. Not only did he do that, and to top it off, he's also going against regulations. He's not wearing a mask, and he sees I'm not wearing a mask, but I have good reason as to why I'm not wearing a mask. But he's he's all up on me, bro. He's nowhere far away from me. He's in my personal space, and there's this COVID era, and he's here and no one is doing anything about it. That really broke my heart. But luckily he got taken away. I was able to finish up my set list. Overall, it was a beautiful show. You see, I can't even talk at this moment, because just thinking about what happened, it makes me angry. It makes me angry on how people were so comfortable with watching a young black woman, or just a young woman in general, scratch the black part, just watching a young woman getting harassed right in front of them, and they can't do anything about it. I don't know if it's because it's a Caucasian man, or I don't know, man, but the fact that people were so comfortable with watching that go down, that was crazy. That was real crazy, and it shows where we're at in this country. As heartbreaking as it is, it was a really good eye-opener for where we are. But aside from that, it was a great show. I can't wait to have another performance, especially one of that length of time, because it's really exciting. And the part where I got to hand out the merch, and just seeing people's faces bright up, and all these smiles, it was so beautiful to watch. So I wouldn't trade it for anything on this planet, although there was a little teeny part that was unpalatable. You get me? So that was the story. We're now gonna finish up tasting these things, because that's why you're here, right? So the next one we're gonna try is Mars, the knockoff version of Bar One. For those of you who tried Bar One, you know why I'm saying this is bootleg. You know why I'm saying this is bootleg. It's because they look at the pack. Maybe it's from the same people, but look at the packaging. Just look at the packaging. Look how they wrote Mars. Like, I don't know. I need to do my research. Maybe the people are partnered up together and this is like their thing, but you already know what I'm saying. If you've tasted Bar One, you know what I'm saying. So this is how it looks. These all look pretty similar, except for this one here that I still solely believe is horrible. It's even melting. So this has a lot of caramel in it, and I'm assuming nougat, so let's give it a try. I can't be mad at it. It's good still. Tastes very similar to Bar One, just like a bootleg. Sorry, I don't want to be mean to this chocolate bar, but it just reminds me of Bar One, and everything is so similar to it. But I like the caramel and all of that. It's really good. I can't be mad at this one. Plus, I've had this before, so I know what it tastes like. to rank it, I'll give this like a 6. I highly suggest you get this because it's not bad. It's good. But this remains a number 2, definitely. I'm out here just putting it in order. This is still by far my favorite. The next one we're gonna try is crunchy. I was eating this a lot last year. A lot, especially around the time I was launching my album. I was super stressed out, so it was just me eating this almost all the time. It has honeycomb in it. It's very light because unlike all of these ones, especially the Mars bar along with this one, they're all quite heavy. It's a lot of chocolate and a lot of stuff in it. This is pretty simple. It's just like, I think, a little bit of caramel and then honeycomb and then just normal milk chocolate. But this is my favorite. It's broken. But yeah, this is how it looks in the middle. It never ceases to it doesn't disappoint. But I don't know, for today specifically, I'm not really in a crunchy mood. Like the stuff with all the crunch in it, I'm not really feeling it today, but it's good. Never ceases to be good. So I would put this at, I don't know, today I'm not really feeling it. I'll put it at like maybe a 6. It's definitely a 6. The next one we're gonna try is PS. This is really good, especially if you like white chocolate. It's very good. So I'm gonna give this a try. This stuff is pretty melted. I don't know. So I'm gonna give this one a try. This is my favorite as well. Like I said, I've had majority of these before, but there's some that, you know, they just don't get old. One chocolate bar I haven't tried yet actually is Snickers, which is crazy. But yeah, this is pretty melted as well. Look at that. This is how it looks. Very nice.
Brain.
Let's give it a taste. You see, this one is crunchy as well, but it's not overpowering. It's not. This one, you cannot go wrong with this. If you haven't had this before, or if you're abroad and you don't have that side, when you come to one of these Southern African countries, because that's basically where I've only seen them, I highly suggest you get this. So this, I'll put it 7. And then finally we have Lunch Bar. Now we've all had the milk chocolate one. I'm not sure if you guys have had the one with white chocolate, because this one slaps. This one is good. So we're gonna try this one as well. Last time I had it was like last year around October. That's pretty specific. I nailed it down and everything, but yeah, last year October was the last time I had this. So this is how it looks. It's also white chocolate. There's caramel inside it. It's really chewy because of the caramel. I like it though. This is good. This is it. Man, I don't know where I can put this one. It's good, but it's also not that good. I think I'm gonna switch it out for the Mars. So this was at number 5. I'm gonna move it to number 4, and then this will definitely go to number 5. So the top one that I highly suggest you get is this one. Very good. Very good. It's heavy. It's kind of heavy, so I suggest if you're not really someone who likes, like, you know, these heavy chocolate bars that have so much too much chocolate. Now I'm getting hyper. I don't suggest if you get it if you don't like heavy stuff, but this is it. This one is it. This is the one. This is the one. It stays at 8. There was no number 10 here. I'm sorry, but that one, that's the closest it will get. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading. Basically wrapping here. And also keep in mind that uploads are strictly on Sundays from now on. Thank you all so much. Please do stay safe as it's a festive season, and for those of you who are traveling, the roads are very packed and so forth. And stay beautiful and stay hydrated as well for those of you who are on the side of the hemisphere. I'll catch you guys next week Sunday.